It's 11:30 at night. You're lying in bed, and the room is finally quiet. You've had a long day at work, your eyes are heavy, but you feel that little bit of guilt. You didn't study English today, not even for 5 minutes. So you grab your phone, put on your headphones, and search for a video. It says, "Learn English while you sleep, 8 hours of grammar." You hit play, close your eyes, and hope that tomorrow morning you'll wake up speaking perfectly.
I know that feeling so well. You're drifting off to sleep and you hear a soft voice in your ear saying, "The apple is on the table. I am going to the market." You think, "Yes, this is working. My brain is doing the work while I rest." It feels like magic, doesn't it?
It feels like a dream, but is it real? That's what I want to talk about today.
Welcome to Pod Studio. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. We are so glad you are here with us. Today, we are talking about a topic that almost every English learner has tried at least once: sleep learning. It matters because we are all busy. We are tired. We want a shortcut, a faster way to reach our goals without losing sleep.
So just sit back, maybe grab a cup of tea and relax. This isn't a classroom, it's just a conversation between friends.
Before we start, if you want more fun English podcasts like this, hit the subscribe button right now and join our English learning family.
It really helps us grow.
So, Emma, be honest. Have you ever actually tried it? Putting on a recording and hoping your brain drinks the information while you're unconscious?
Oh, absolutely. When I was first learning Spanish, I was desperate. I had a full-time job and I was exhausted. I remember downloading this Deep Sleep Spanish track. It was mostly nature sounds, rain and birds, but every few minutes a man would whisper a phrase in Spanish. I did it for a week.
And? Did you wake up fluent? Did you go to a cafe and start ordering breakfast in perfect Spanish?
Not exactly. To be honest, Alex, the only thing that happened was that I had very strange dreams. I dreamed I was being chased by a giant loaf of bread that kept shouting, "El pan, el pan." That means the bread in Spanish. So I learned one word, but I woke up feeling like I hadn't slept at all.
That's the problem, isn't it? We want to use every hour of the day. We feel like if we aren't productive, we're wasting time. Productive is a word people use a lot lately. It means doing a lot of work or getting good results. We want our sleep to be productive too.
Exactly. There is this pressure. We feel guilty if we just sleep. But sleep is supposed to be for resting. That's the tension, right? Rest versus guilt. We feel guilty for closing our eyes and doing nothing.
I think there's a big misunderstanding about how the brain works. People think the brain is like a sponge. A sponge is that soft thing you use to wash dishes. It just soaks up water. People think if they play English near their ears, the brain will just soak it up.
But the brain is more like a filter. It decides what is important and what is trash. When you are asleep, your brain is actually very busy. It's sorting your day. It's taking the things you learned while you were awake and putting them into boxes.
Right. Scientists call this consolidation. That's a big word, but it just means making something strong. When you sleep, your brain makes your memories stronger. But, and this is the important part, it can only strengthen things you already started learning while you were awake.
So if I hear a brand new word in my sleep, a word I've never heard before, I won't know it in the morning?
Most experts say no. You might recognize the sound, but you won't know what it means. You need context. Context means the situation around a word that helps you understand it. In your sleep, there is no context. It is just noise.
That makes sense. It's like trying to build a house in the dark. You have the bricks, but you can't see where to put them. I think that's why I felt so tired when I tried it. My brain was trying to listen instead of trying to rest.
I had a friend, Sarah, who tried this with Italian. She played these long lessons every night. After a month, she was so cranky. Cranky means when you get angry or annoyed easily because you are tired or unhappy. She was cranky because her sleep learning was actually just sleep interrupting.
I think we need to give ourselves permission to just be quiet. There's so much noise in our lives now. Phones, notifications, videos. Silence is becoming rare.
It is. And silence is actually where the learning happens. I remember when I was learning to play the guitar. I would practice a difficult song for hours and I couldn't get it right. My fingers felt clumsy. Clumsy means you move in a way that isn't smooth or careful. You drop things or make mistakes.
I feel clumsy with my English grammar sometimes.
Exactly. We all do. But anyway, I would go to sleep feeling frustrated. But then the next morning I would pick up the guitar and magic. I could play the song. My brain used the sleep to fix the mistakes I made during the day. It didn't need more music while I slept. It just needed time to process.
Process. That's a good word. It means to take information and organize it so you can use it. So if we want to learn in our sleep, the best thing to do is actually to study hard for 20 minutes before bed and then turn off the lights.
Yes, that's actually a real technique. If you review your vocabulary right before you sleep, your brain thinks, oh, this must be important, and it works on those words while you dream. But you have to be awake when you first look at them.
I like that. It feels more kind. It's a kinder way to treat ourselves. Instead of forcing our brains to work 24 hours a day, we give it a job and then we let it rest.
But let's look at the other side. Some people say that playing English audio at night helps them with the rhythm of the language, the flow. Have you ever felt that?
Maybe. English has a specific melody. Some words are loud, some are soft, some are fast, and some are slow. I suppose if you hear that melody while you are falling asleep, it might make the language feel more familiar. It becomes less like a foreign thing and more like a normal part of your environment.
Environment is a word for the things and sounds all around you. So, if your environment is full of English, you feel more comfortable. I agree with that. If a student listens to a soft podcast, maybe like this one, while they are relaxing, it helps them stop being afraid of the language.
Fear is a big wall for English learners. We are so afraid of making mistakes. When we listen to English in a relaxed state, the wall starts to come down. We aren't studying for an exam. We're just living with the language.
But there is a line, a limit. If you are playing audio so loud that you can't enter a deep sleep, you're actually hurting your English. Because if you wake up tired, you won't be able to focus the next day. Focus means to give all your attention to one thing.
And focus is the most important tool for a learner. I would rather study for 10 minutes with a sharp, rested brain than for 2 hours with a tired, foggy brain. Foggy is like when the weather is white and you can't see the road. A foggy brain means you can't think clearly.
I love that, a foggy brain. I definitely had a foggy brain this morning. I stayed up too late watching a documentary.
Was it about English?
No, it was about penguins, but it was in English, so maybe it counts as study.
See, that's another example of how we try to trick ourselves. I'm watching penguins, but it's educational. But honestly, Alex, I think watching something you enjoy in English is 100 times better than listening to a grammar list while you sleep.
Why do you think that is?
Because of emotion. When you watch the penguins, you feel something. Maybe you're interested or you think they are cute. When you have an emotion, your brain grabs the language. You remember the word ice because you saw the penguin slipping on it. You felt a connection.
You can't feel a connection when you are unconscious.
Exactly. You're just a body in a bed. You aren't there.
You know, I've noticed that many of my students are actually very stressed. They feel like they are behind. They see people on the internet saying, I learned English in 3 months, or I learned while I slept, and they feel like they're failing.
It's a race that doesn't exist. We're all running, but there is no finish line. Language is a journey. It's something you carry with you throughout your whole life.
I think that's why people love the idea of sleep learning. It promises success without the pain of the journey. But the journey, the mistakes, the funny misunderstandings, the slow improvement, that's where the fun is.
I remember once I was in London and I wanted to buy a bun, a small bread roll. But I was tired and I got my words mixed up. I asked the baker for a bin. A bin is where you put your trash.
Did he give you a trash can?
He looked very confused. He said, "I don't think you want to eat that, miss." We both laughed. I will never forget the difference between a bun and a bin now, because I was awake, I was embarrassed, and I laughed. That memory is strong. If I heard bun, bin, in my sleep, I would have forgotten it 5 minutes after waking up.
That's a great point. Memories are built from experiences. Sleep learning has no experience. It's just data. And humans are not computers. We don't need just data. We need stories.
So, what should we tell our listeners who really want to use their nights better? If they shouldn't play grammar lists for 8 hours, what can they do?
Well, I think a wind-down routine is better. To wind down means to gradually relax before you go to bed, like a clock slowing down.
I like that expression, wind down. So instead of a study session, it's a relax session.
Exactly. Maybe read 3 pages of a book in English, a simple book, or listen to a short story, something that makes you feel good. When you do that, you are telling your brain English is a safe place. English is a quiet place.
And then turn it off. Put the phone on the table. Switch off the light.
And let your brain do its real job, sorting, cleaning, and strengthening.
It's a bit like a kitchen, isn't it? You do all the cooking during the day, you make a mess, you use all the plates. Then at night, the cleaning crew comes in. They wash the dishes and put them back in the cupboards. If you keep cooking all night, the kitchen never gets clean.
That is a perfect metaphor. A metaphor is when you describe one thing by talking about another thing to show they are similar. The cleaning crew needs you to leave the kitchen so they can work.
I feel much better about sleeping now. I'm not being lazy, I'm just letting my cleaning crew do their work.
You are never being lazy when you sleep. You are preparing for tomorrow.
You know, Alex, I've noticed something else about this topic. People often ask me, "Emma, is it okay if I listen to your podcast to fall asleep?" And at first, I felt a bit sad. I thought, is my voice that boring?
I don't think they mean you are boring.
I realized that later. They mean the opposite. They mean they trust my voice. It helps them feel calm. And I think that's a beautiful way to use English. Not to force learning, but to create a feeling of peace.
I agree. If our voices can help someone relax after a hard day, that's a success. Even if they don't remember every single word we said. The fact that they spent 30 minutes listening to English without feeling stressed is a huge win.
A win is a success or a victory, and in language learning, small wins are the most important.
Let's talk about the noise for a second. Some people live in loud cities. They hear cars, sirens, people talking. For them, maybe listening to something in their headphones helps block out the bad noise.
That's true. In that case, English audio is like a blanket. It protects you from the noise of the street. If that helps you sleep, then it's a good thing. But again, it's about the sleep, not about the grammar.
It's interesting how we always want to find a secret. We want to find the one thing that will make us fluent overnight. But the secret is usually just showing up every day.
Showing up. That means just being there, doing the work, even if it's just a little bit.
Right. It's like exercise. You can't get strong by watching videos of people lifting weights while you sleep. You have to lift the weights yourself. But, and this is the part people forget, your muscles actually grow while you are resting, not while you're at the gym.
Wait, really?
Yes. When you lift weights, you make tiny tears in your muscles. Then, when you sleep, your body repairs them and makes them bigger.
Wow, so language is exactly the same. We tear our brain a little bit during the day by trying to understand difficult things, and then the repair happens at night.
Exactly. So the sleep part is half of the work. You can't have one without the other. If you study but don't sleep, you don't learn. If you sleep but don't study, you also don't learn.
It's a partnership, like you and me.
Exactly. A perfect team.
I think we should talk about the guilt again. I meet so many students who say, "Emma, I worked for 10 hours today. I'm too tired to study. I'm a bad student." It breaks my heart a little bit.
It's so sad because they aren't bad students. They're just tired humans.
I want to tell them, go to sleep. Your brain will help you more if you give it 7 hours of rest than if you give it 1 hour of frustrated study at 1 a.m.
It's hard to believe that, though. We live in a world that says more content, more speed, more work.
We need to learn how to let go. To let go means to stop holding on to something, like a worry or a thought. At night, we need to let go of the English words we don't know yet. They will be there tomorrow.
They aren't going anywhere. The English language has been around for a long time. It can wait for you to wake up.
Do you ever have dreams in English, Alex?
Sometimes, usually when I've been talking a lot during the day. But they are usually very strange dreams. Last time, I was trying to explain to a cat how to use a microwave.
In English?
In English. The cat was very unimpressed. It didn't understand my grammar at all.
See, that's your brain processing. It's playing with the words you used. It's making connections. That's the real sleep learning. Your brain is free to be creative.
I think that's the key. Creativity. When we are awake, we are often very stiff. Stiff is like a piece of wood. It doesn't bend. We try so hard to be perfect, but in our sleep, our brains are flexible. They mix things together.
I've heard that some people solve problems in their sleep, like they are stuck on a difficult sentence structure. They go to sleep, and when they wake up, it suddenly feels easy.
That has happened to me with writing. I'll be trying to find the right way to say something, and I just can't find the words. I feel blocked. Then the next morning, I sit down with my coffee, and the words just flow.
It's like the brain was working on it in the background while the boss was sleeping.
I like that. The boss is our conscious mind, the part of us that is us, and the workers are the subconscious parts of the brain. They work better when the boss isn't watching them and shouting orders.
Learn the past tense. Learn it now.
Exactly. The workers are like, please, boss, just go to bed so we can finish the filing.
Filing. That's what we do with papers in an office, right? We put them in the right folders.
Yes. And that's exactly what the brain does. It files your English vocabulary.
So, to summarize, oops, I promised not to be a teacher. Let's say to wrap up our thoughts.
Wrap up is a great phrase. It's like putting a gift in paper, but it means to finish something.
To wrap up, we agree that those Learn English While You Sleep videos might be nice for relaxation, but they aren't a magic trick.
Right. They are like background music. Nice, but not a teacher. The real magic is the sleep itself.
And the real work is what you do when your eyes are open.
I feel more relaxed just talking about this. I think tonight I'm going to go to bed early. No penguin documentaries, no 8-hour grammar videos, just sleep.
That sounds like a plan. And to everyone listening, if you're listening to this in bed right now, don't feel guilty. You've done enough for today. You're doing great.
You really are. Learning a language is a big task. It's like climbing a mountain. You need to stop and camp sometimes. You need to look at the view and breathe.
And then, when the sun comes up, you can start walking again.
I think we've covered a lot today. It's funny how a simple question like, can you learn while you sleep, leads to a conversation about life, stress, and giant loaves of bread.
That's what I love about our chats. It's never just about the grammar. It's about how it feels to be a person trying to learn something new.
It's a very human experience. It's full of mistakes and heavy eyes, and eventually a bit of success.
I'm looking forward to our next talk, Alex. I always feel like I learned something from you.
And I learned from you, Emma. Mostly I learned that I shouldn't try to buy bread from a trash can.
Hey, it was a very clean-looking bin.
I believe you.
Before we go, I just want to say thank you to everyone for spending this time with us. It means a lot that you invite us into your day or your night.
It really does. We hope you feel a little bit more relaxed about your English journey. Remember, your brain is on your side. It's working for you even when you aren't trying.
So take a deep breath. Let go of the stress.
And we will see you in the next episode of Pod Studio.
Sweet dreams, everyone. Or if it's morning, have a wonderful, wide-awake day.
Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.